Magnets, Crystals, Pyramids. I am Uncle Hunk, and this is Arisha Stone, and this is a dual broadcast featuring shaman from Colombia, South America, named Daniel, who will share with us tonight the incredible, the amazing insights that Americans are not aware of in any of the circles of wokeness culture. We don't know anything about tobacco other than grabbing it like folks have do over here. And I want to thank you, Arisha Stone, for being on the platform. And I want to thank everyone who's in the audience now and in the future. You're going to learn the etiquette, the protocol, the do's and the don'ts with this master teacher herb known as, in this country, as tobacco. So I want to say thank you for being on tonight, my brother Daniel Solarte. And we're going to open and then we'll proceed with the rest of the show.
Magician, the lover in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that holds you back and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere. It's right in your face. Let's go.
Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Okay. I want to thank everyone for being present tonight. I want to thank and invite the ones who came before us. I want to thank and invite White Buffalo Calf Woman. I want to thank Quetzalcoatl. I want to thank Yahshua, Black Madonna, Mother Mary. I want to thank and invite Melchizedek, Chief Geronimo, Chief Osceola, Chief Crazy Horse, Chief Sitting Bull. I want to thank and invite all the activists throughout the world, South African Zulu shaman, Credo Mutwa. I want to thank and invite Seraphis Bay. And I want to thank everybody's bloodline who is with us tonight, who found the inspiration for the manifestation. And a big thanks to my brother, Black Magic 363, Radiohead Rich, because he gifted me some powerful, big, gigantic tobacco rolls. And so it's only in the right thing to do is say thank you again to Brother Rich. And I want to see that this is another step. Like somebody gift you a Maserati, you got to learn how to drive it. And I'm going to tell you, other than making some tea and lighting a match, I don't know how to deal with tobacco. Nobody really knows. All they know how to do is light, puff, pull, pass, and they don't know anything else. We don't know anything over here in America, Daniel, about the protocols of tobacco. So we are thankful you are here to share your legacy, your ancestral rules, regulations, etiquette in and about tobacco. So welcome, my brother.
Good night to everyone. My my gratitude to here, to Hank, to Risha, to sharing this show together today, and to the opportunity to be sharing about what I have learned from tobacco, from the tradition that I walk with you. So really grateful and appreciate the opportunity to be also sharing with all the audience.
I see that maybe Giselle is trying to come on, but she needs to turn on her Giselle. If that's you trying to come on, we need you to turn on your video and your audio because I think she's trying to come on, Daniel.
Looks like, yeah, because they say it's for people.
Yeah. So try again because we can't connect you right now because you're not video connected yet. So we'll bring her on as soon as that clarity is rectified. Yeah, Daniel. So I want to first up before we start, I want a moment to give Arisha Stone a word before we crank it up.
Yes, sir, man. Peace and blessings to the tribe. We tapping in tonight with Crystal Magnets and Pyramids, the Big Brother Station for mineral knowledge and esoteric knowledge. And we have another brother on, brother Daniel is tapping in. And we're gonna learn something from him tonight. Tapping into this ancient cigar magic. You know, they call us the cigar chief Indians. So I'm gonna just bring some old hoodoo information for us tonight and what I know about the cigars, and then we're gonna learn something from the guy.
All right. So Daniel, until Giselle comes on with their connection, what is tobacco? Let's start it from the beginning, Daniel. What is tobacco? I seen my grandma smoking tobacco. I seen my pop smoking tobacco. I seen relatives stink up a whole room full of cigarettes. Why is everybody smoking it and don't know anything about it?
Okay, so I will like to share a little bit where I come from because like around the world we have different traditions that has the knowledge also the origin of tobacco plant also. So in my case, I have been working with an indigenous tradition from Colombia, from the savannah of Colombia, and the name of the tradition is that tribe is Sikwani. They are Sikwani people. So in our tradition, also in Sikwani language, we have a name from tobacco, and we call tobacco tsema. Tsema means tobacco in Sikwani. So also we work with a couple more of plants. We were sharing with Hank also the last weekend the other two plants that are the capi root, the ayahuasca root, but we call it huipa, and also the yopo, that in Sikwani we call it dopa. So there are like tobacco, capi, and yopo. There are our three master plants. So for us, more than a medicine or more just than a plant, is a master plant. So when we have the proper connection with the plant, it becomes a master, and then we can learn from the plant, and start to engage a relationship of learning. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So there's three master plants: yopo, tobacco, and the third one is again. Say it again.
Yopo is yopo, capi, the root of ayahuasca.
Oh, okay, got it. So I was fortunate, Arisha family, this past Monday to experience uh, a yopo ceremony, and I'm going to tell you that was one colorful, heartful experience. And Risha family, it's acacia seeds, the seeds of the acacia. And those of you who are familiar, acacia is a tree of life, burning bush of Moses, Ark of the Covenant, Noah's Ark, sacred Egyptian furnitures made of acacia wood. Uh, it's also a natural orgone generating wood. And our brother Daniel had a special batch of acacia seeds that is mixed with other ingredients, his family recipe, and it was beautiful. How old is Yopo, brother Daniel? Let's start with Yopo first, because that's amazing.
Okay, for us, it's like it has been with us from the origin, from the beginning, you know. So to connect, like to give a little bit of context, already I have telling you where the tradition that I work with, what is the name of the tribe, and also the plants, the master plants that we work with. But for us, as I like to share in the gatherings, is all about permission. I know that also he was talking about that. That is really important for us. So one sentence that I like to share with the people that describe Sikwani philosophy is: everything is taken with permission, everything is given with an intention. So when we have that reciprocity between the plants, it creates a most harmonious way to work. So we were talking, also sharing that day in the gathering, that one of the problems that we have right now in the world is that we lose that perception that we have to ask permission. You know, like we are not the only ones that lives in this planet. This planet is surrounded by spirits that even if we don't see it, they exist, and somehow we also have to have a good relationship with them, because they are the one that gives the energy and the life to the nature, the wind, you know, the water. So I think the problem that right now we have is that we forget about it. So the traditions, the Asian traditions, they are helping us to remember that memory. So I think Giselle is on.
Hello.
Congratulations and happy to see you, Giselle.
I did it.
Yay! So happy to see you.
The abuelo Isaías manda saludos. I just got off the phone with him, and he sends his hellos from Colombia.
Beautiful, beautiful. I want family. Let me tell you, Daniel, I was impressed with Giselle. I mean, I've never seen special acknowledgement to Baba Awolowo, if he's listening.
Hi, Baba.
Orisha Stone, this is an incredible goddess medicine woman named Giselle. And I thank you for opening your sacred space for the beautiful experience that we had on Monday.
It was a pleasure and an honor, and it's so lovely to be here in the space with you again and with Daniel. And I don't know your name, Orisha Stone.
Yes, ma'am. Nabi. Yes, ma'am.
Nice to meet you.
Stone.
And
we're doing two different platforms on YouTube.
Okay.
His platform and my platform. And so you're getting a wide audience of people listening and hungry to hear Daniel's message,
yes,
Giselle's message, to feel better about. We don't know anything here in America, Giselle. Daniel, I was just saying to Orisha, we don't know anything about tobacco other than you light it with a match. Mm-hmm. That's all we know. So please, flow free. Daniel, you were saying something, so please continue. I'm going to fall back.
Okay, so hi, Giselle.
Hi, Daniel. Hola.
So actually, like I was talking, we were sharing the last weekend with Han, with Giselle in her place, the Yopo, the gathering. So I was talking about the permission. So for us, everything has a creation, and everything has also a spirit that is the guardian of every creation. So when we want to connect with a plant, especially a master plant, because if we want to call it mastered, it has to be because we have that relationship. Because what happened right now, as Han was telling, is that now we are taking tobacco and we are smoking it. but we are doing it without conscious about that is a plant that has a spirit. And then what is happening? We just smoke, and then we feel something because, of course, the plants make us feel something. But then we don't understand anything because the permission, the key of that world of knowledge that has the plant, we don't have it. Yeah. So then it's like my teacher likes to say, you just go to a wall and then you start spiritually, you are just like crashing, smashing yourself through a wall because it's closed, because you don't have the key to open the doors of that world. And then the body gets addicted to this, to the feeling, because we feel something, but then we just get stuck in the part of the feeling. And of course, if we keep being doing like that, the plant itself is also going to react in the way that it's going to tell you stop, because it's not a way to do it. And then for that reason, you can get sick, you know. And then we say no, tobacco kills, but it's not like that. The way that we connect to the plant, that is the way, that is the thing that is damaging ourselves. Yeah, and also the plant itself, because right now we know all how the plant has been treating in the industrial way, you know, like so. And now they want to change it before they already put it and make millions of money from that. Now they want to say that is bad, and now we can see the new things are like the vapes and all that electric bikes that is not even something that grows in the soil. So that is what is happening. But I'm talking about the memory. So I also was sharing in the gatherings that in Spanish we say recordar. It means that is remember in English. In Spanish is recordar. And recordar is to go back to the heart. That is the meaning of that word. So it's not about to go back in the past, it's to go back to the heart, where are all the memories alive. And then that plants, like tobacco, the master plants, are the ones that help us to open that gates also of memories that we have in our heart. And then when we connect it with our open thoughts, then we are in a realm of clarity that is full of information, of understanding, where we can learn and we can live different experiences in our life. But then, in that way, like the old tradition from around the world is helping us to remember, yeah, the memories that we have already in us. So, like tobacco is doing it. So, I would like also later to share a little bit like the story of creation of tobacco, where I can also share a little bit more about where it come from, the chant, and also go like have a little bit of more understanding about the relationship that we have with the plant.
I want to thank you again, Giselle,
Oh, there
for
it is.
your tobacco gift. And I want to thank you again, Daniel, for your
Yeah.
tobacco gift. And for those just joining us, I want to thank Brother Rich for his tobacco gifts. And I'm going to put them all in a one container because they are sacred gifts from Brother Rich, from Giselle, from Daniel. It smells good to me. Giselle, happy to see you made it. Thank you for your busy schedule to take the time to talk to family.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here. Gracias, Daniel, por esa palabra. My family is Colombian, and I was born in the United States, in San Francisco. But my mother lives in Colombia. She moved there to take care of my grandma before the last 5 years before my grandma passed at 101 years old.
Wow.
And so it was a
Congrats.
full circle for my mom coming back to take care of my grandma and also reconnecting with the Madre Tierra, her motherland, after almost, I think 40 40 years in the United States. And so when she came back, my grandmother called my mom back, and then I followed in that love and in that tradition, being also called back to the motherland. And so it was really beautiful because it had been a long time since I had been back to Colombia. And I just felt all of my senses and all of my sense of living and being reawakened. And on that path, I feel lucky enough and grateful enough to have met some really beautiful teachers and plants and people along the way, and the Mother Earth herself. And it's a very beautiful energy in Colombia from the land and from the plants there. I find a very special direct connection in that part of the world. And so for me, it's just the greatest privilege and the greatest blessing is to, any opportunity I have to sit with my teacher and his family within that context of where these plants originated, where they came from, where they're grown, with their prayers and their songs and so it's been a great honor and privilege and blessing to be sitting with my abuelo. He's Witoto. He's a Witoto elder. His father just passed away at 101 years old also.
Wow.
Yeah, he died in this past January. So my teacher is the last person from this lineage. So it's very special to be able to receive these teachings, specifically of the tobacco, because the Witoto medicine is ambil and mambe. So from the Amazon. So there's many. Their teaching is primarily is palabra, is receiving the word with these plants, and the mambe and ambil, the spirit of these master plants, help us to be able to position ourselves in this life to be able to receive these teachings and to learn how to listen and to be able to apply it in our lives.
Beautiful.
And so the tobacco, there's the tobacco that is, with the tobacco like this. And then there's the ambil, which is it's like a tobacco paste that combines with the mambe, which is in my mouth right now. But that's just a little background to my relationship and what medicines and what community that I'm connected with.
You have a little tobacco in your mouth right now, Giselle?
I do.
Wow.
I have mambe and ambil in my mouth. Right?
Wow. That makes me think of my family from Virginia and North Carolina. They would chew tobacco, and I would watch Aunt Maggie spit it in that dirty pot, and it would look ugly. They didn't explain it. So
Right.
60 years later, thank you.
We don't spit anything out of our mouth.
Oh, you don't spit it out? Oh, I remember them spitting it out, and it would leave a brown stain. Even in the movie Predator, I remember his shoes in the helicopter getting squirted with the brown tobacco juice. Remember that?
I think so.
Yeah. Wow.
But Danielle and I were talking about, and you were there for the ceremony, how we were talking a lot about how these two medicines really seem to complement each other in a very beautiful way. Because the mambe and ambil is a way to kind of make profundizar, which is kind of make deeper, find the more profound meaning in what we receive and feel and experience with the master plant. So the Maminambil is really complements the Yopo, I think, very beautifully. We were talking about that, right, Daniel? ¿Verdad, Daniel?
Talking about that. And also my teacher, also we were talking that like plants itself, they are like partners. So my teacher is like, like I prefer just to have like the relationship that I have. So in this case, with Yopo, Capi, Tobacco. Because if I start to have more relationships, it's difficult for me to go deeper in each relationship. So the more that I devote myself to the relationship, the connection, the deeper that I can go through to the process and the experience and the knowledge in that world. But he also always this tell that one of the plants that he also thinks that resonate is the mambe. And also the job that we work with is during the daytime. So also like a way when the people at night, they sit down and gather like with mambe and bill. It's a way also to share the word, to integrate all. It's also a nice way to integrate that to plants to help in the process of the people of understanding, of the clarity also. And of course, again, like with the right way to approach to the plant, with the permissions, with the chants, because at the end, that is the important thing, the tradition that is behind the plant, because this is what is like the spirit that is there, the one that gives that gives life and also gives up meaning to the connection that we are making. Otherwise, it will be the same, like a loop or words and maybe some feelings, but that are not getting us to anywhere,
I would like to take this time also to thank Steve for making all the connections that has allowed this incredible moment in time. I want to thank you again, Steve. He texted me and said he's in the kitchen and he's loving the show. So he's watching, but he's cooking. And I also, I want to thank,
Steve.
Steve's listening in, and he said he'll chime in when, spirit moves him. For all the people who have tobacco on Orisha Stone's platform, on my platform, I would like Daniel and Giselle to give, basic words and suggestions or wisdom, whether you're using wild tobacco or cultivated cigarettes. What are some of the cautionary things that everyone should always practice picking up this master teacher, and instead of just using it like, I got it, I'm just going to use it without giving honor to the spirit? Please share with us.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Okay, so I'm going to share a little bit with you the history of creation from the Sikwani tribe tradition. Yeah. So for the Sikwani tradition, in the beginning, the elders tell us that this planet was all covered by water. Yeah. And between the sky and the planet, the distance was shorter. And in that period, two forces used to rule the world. On the sky was the thunder, on the sea was the big anaconda. So they were ruling the world. But one day, a piece of earth just came from the sea, and in that piece of earth, it was 8 eggs. And in that 8 eggs are, for us, the creators, that we call it Samani Monai. Samani Monai is a group of creators, and there is 5 men, Samani, Libinei, Kahuyali, Furnaminali, Kuei, a couple of elders, Adei, Janiloba, and a little girl that is called Kabainaloba. For us, everything was created through the dance, because they started to dance in that piece of earth, and that piece of earth has to grow and grow. And my teacher tells us that it took them like 12,000 years to create all the creation that we are living in. Yeah. But in a moment after they create everything, they finish their job here, they knew that they have to go to other place in the space. But for that, they need some plants that will help them to achieve that. And the first plant that is not just in this tradition, in many traditions, the first plant is the tobacco. So for us, as I was telling you, every plant has a guardian, the lagoon has a guardian, the mountain has a guardian. And if you want to go to that place or to connect with that plant, in the best way that you do it, like asking permission, like if I'm going in a home, I ask permission to the owner of that home or the person that is living there. That is the right way, no? So then they start to look for the first guardian, the first plant that they wanted to connect with. And that plant was the tobacco. Again, we call it in Sicuani, we call it Sema. So they went to the guardian of the tobacco. For us, the tobacco come from a fish. Like in the ancient times, everything was people, animals, plants. So in that time, the fish also, they were able to talk and communicate.
Tobacco
And
comes from fish.
from fish. And that
Wow.
fish is called Hakato. That is the name of the first
Gato.
Hakato, the guardian of the tobacco. So they went to him, say, Grandpa, we know that you have Tsema, you have tobacco. We would like to know if you can share some with us. And he said, yes, grandson, I will do it. But you have to be careful because if you use it without permission, without an intention, you can hurt your lungs, you can get sick, and then you can die from it. So this is the shan. Tatamatsema, Hakatsema, Jumatsema, Taubatsema, Jakutsema, Koi, Matsuda, Hamadaima, Leputana, Koi, Matsuda, Hamid Wilson, I put. So in the chants, I'm calling different fishes, 4 kind of fishes, and then Tsema, and then a bird, and then I'm calling Kuei Matsuldani. Kuei is the one that has all the knowledge of plants, and Matsuldani is the true father of the humanity, the one that created the humanity. And then I'm saying, open the heart, flourish the thoughts. So then I have the permission from the first one that has the tobacco, and then the intention that is to open the heart, to flourish the heart, and to flourish the thoughts. So then when I am going to smoke the tobacco, that is my intention, to open, to connect. So then that is the key. That is the key that is going to open the doors from that world. And then I will have a relationship with the master that will help me to get clarity, help me to get understanding, and then to learn how to live in the proper way in this world that we are all together. So that is a little piece of the history of creation that in Sicuani we call it Salinei Liwaisi. That means ancient world. And that is how the old generation teach the new generation to preserve the knowledge, the tradition, and also to learn how to live in this world. That is what we are doing.
That is amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Daniel. Giselle.
Yes, thank you, Daniel. It was beautiful because to see like connection points between traditions, because at the end of every prayer it was like to flourish the heart and the mind in the prayers and that Daniel was just talking about. And with the Mambe and Ambil, the Ambil is the feminine aspect of tobacco and represents the divine feminine and the heart, and it cleans the blood. And the Mambe is the throat and the thinking. And so it's the balance between, and the Mambe is the divine masculine. And so when I'm mixing these two medicines here, it's the harmonization of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And when we're able to allow that space for these to harmonize, then we are able to speak in that alignment.
Wow.
And so the tobacco, also the Mambe and Ambil, this tradition Mitoto, the Ambil is called Yera. But the story of the tobacco, it's like a you can sit for days listening to the myth of the origin of the mambe, of the ambil, really, of the tobacco. But there are a few things that I spoke with the abuelo about earlier that I thought I would point out, as far as even though it's not the tobacco that you're smoking, it's still in the spirit of the tobacco and the feminine aspect of tobacco, so that when you are with any form of tobacco, you can kind of have this in your heart and in your mind, as far as like creating a relationship with that aspect, the feminine aspect of tobacco, which is in our heart. And so it's in our heart, and she creates a sweetness to our thinking. You know, she balances the masculine, like creating a sweetness. And so basically, the tobacco gives direction to your thinking. So in this sweetness, it's direction to God, direction in your thinking. It's like an arrow, like from point A to point B, you know. And so when you are with your tobacco, whether you're, you know, lighting your tobacco, which is also good to do with match instead of a lighter, because my abuelo says when you use a lighter, it takes away the kind of the power and the strength of the spirit of the tobacco. And so,
Wow.
yeah,
It's
so
better to use a match instead of
matches.
like a torch or a
Always,
lighter.
always matches. Yeah,
Thank
always.
you for that.
Mhm. And I apply that too with everything that I light, whether it's like sage or whether it's any medicinal or sacred. I kind of apply the same thing. I use a match whenever I can. And so the tobacco, it gives direction to your thinking. And so, you know, in this modern age, there's so much that clutters our thinking, and that takes us away from kind of the essence and the heart of the matter. Again, the heart of the matter, right? That is where the essence is. And they call the tobacco, the seed of the tobacco, the heart of humanity. And when you open it up, it's millions of little seeds inside, but it's held by the heart of humanity. Our hearts are held within her. And so when you take care of her, she takes care of you. You know, it's a beautiful expression. When you take care of the mother, the earth, she takes care of you. When you take care of your body takes care of you. When you take care of your mind takes care of you. So it's in a way, it's very loving connection for me with these plants. It teaches me, what Daniel was saying about permission. There's also a great humility, you know, of kind of being always in a position of, I call my teacher abuelo, which means grandpa. And I've been calling him that since day one. And I wasn't sure if it was appropriate or not, but it's just came out of my mouth to call him abuelo, and I've been calling him that all of these years, to the point where now he calls me nieta, which is granddaughter. And when he introduces me as his granddaughter. But the whole point is that one of the reasons that later I found of calling him abuelo is because it reminds me that I am a child in this learning. And in these ancestral traditions, it's almost like the more you learn, the more you realize how little you know.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I'm sure Arisha agrees with the crystals and stuff. Yeah.
And also, but that's what's so beautiful, because it keeps your mind in this wondrous state of receiving, you know, instead of already, because in this culture, I feel like everything is about quantifying and titles, and, you know, I am a master of this, and I know this, and I studied this, and I have a certification of this. And it can be a distraction of where we're actually at in our relationship with ourselves and in the relationship with in this context, sacred plants. So I feel like it's really important to mention, like, how do we show up? How do we show up? And for me, it's really important to show up in a way of, they say, to receive with your right hand, and so that's in a way to receive. It's a prayer for me. So when I pray, that I'm able to receive things in the right way with my right hand.
Wow, I've never heard that before.
This is from this specific, from Witoto tradition, palabra. It's one of the prayers where I don't no longer want to receive with my left hand. I'm ready to receive with my right hand, and it's saying to the plants, to God, that, help me have the wisdom, help me find the posture, the position, spiritually and physically, to receive with my right hand, to be present, to receive, to have the humility and the gratitude to receive. And it's a lot what Daniel says about always asking permission. So one of the reasons I really connected with Daniel and Yopo and his teacher Clemente, who I haven't met yet, but after seeing the care and the respect that Daniel has with Yopo and being of service and being present, everything that I'm talking about, I witnessed in him. And I witnessed in how he, when you were saying, if we take care of the plants, the plants take care of us. I witnessed that in Daniel. And I don't see you guys on the, there we go.
Oh, we're just moving around. I'm just moving it around.
I was just seeing myself. I was like,
yeah, that's okay. You got a packed house of people listening, because everybody needs to hear this information. So you have a big audience listening to you, Giselle and Daniel. And I'm thankful again for you being here. And I thank Steve and I thank Orisha Stone, because it's so much has been lost in the colonization, and we're taking pieces of the puzzle. So please continue.
Well, thank you so much for everybody who is taking the time to be here now and sharing this space with us. I think it's so important to create these spaces, and so, as I was saying before, I was really happy to connect with Daniel, because I really saw in the way that he cared for and was present and respected these medicines and these prayers. And it's so rare to hear the ancestral prayers in the language of the medicines when they arrive here to the north. It's so rare to hear, and so it was really an honor and a privilege to be able to receive Yopo, not only in in this country, but in my home. And so I just wanted to say thank you to Daniel for that, and for everyone who was there. And I'm really looking forward to continuing and growing a community where we can speak one-on-one and face-to-face. But yeah, I don't want to go on for I can. Over to you, Daniel.
You're flowing. You're flowing. This is your show and Daniel's show, and I thank again my brother Orisha, because he was very inspirational. My brother Orisha called and said, "Hey, we got to talk about tobacco, Uncle Hank. We got to talk about tobacco." And I was like, "Okay, I gotta wait to feel like it's the right time." And yeah. And this is the right time. Orisha, thank you again, brother, because you're also inspirational in making this manifest, man.
I say. And yeah, I love the fact that they're showing their traditions, because in the hoodoo traditions in Mississippi and Louisiana, we use tobacco in very similar ways. I love what the brother was saying, how he used the tobacco to communicate. Whenever I start a show, I always clear the energy, the spell of energies out the way, and you can clear that line to communicate with the spirit realm. We use a lot of tobacco for our ancestors, especially on Mondays. We like to give a tobacco to our shrines, our labor and our ancestral shrines, and that helps communicate with them and give them something in the spirit realm. So yeah, most definitely tapping in with the tobacco. I love the brother was brought up about the ayahuasca. Because tobacco is one sacred plant, but then the ayahuasca, the DMT, the mushroom, all those are sacred herbs that we got to really start tapping into and paying more attention to. So I love seeing it in South America because that's where OJ Yemi, she always gets mine. I'm not sure if you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, special acknowledgement. OJ Yemi just texted me and said, Orisha Stone is ready to talk when you just started talking. So we're in the flow. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, like I said, for us, tobacco is just part of our traditions, especially in the South. You kind of hurt my feelings. You told them that you can't be telling people we don't know what we're doing over here because they'll think that for real.
But you know that I really believe that because I grew up and I never heard anything about prayers when they smoked up. I'm traumatized by that or that cigarette smoke, Orisha. Shoot, you know, you're a young blood. I was around rooms full of smoke, and I never heard anybody give thanks to the tobacco. I know they went out with lung cancer. Is there
That's the thing. What they're selling us and what we're talking about might be two different things. You know what I'm saying? If you're going in there, you're getting packs of Newports every day, smoking Newports and Marlboros, those ain't what we talk about right now. You know what I'm saying? What they're harvesting down there in South America, that's more pure tobacco. And like he did say absolutely right. You want to communicate with them. They only have certain little things that are different from what we practice down here in the South. But like I said, if you practice hoodoo or anything of that nature, yeah, tobacco is when we have pains in our body, we would take some of that tobacco and blow it on our aches and pains and ask the tobacco to cure us of certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, most definitely tapped into that as far as the communication to the ancestors and gifts and offerings as well.
That's well said, Orisha. Maybe because I've been down here a little longer and I've been to too many funerals with folks that had tobacco-related diseases using that Nicotiana tabacum. And I was like, what if they would have prayed over this, even a cigarette, before they smoked them Newports, Camels?
The Newports,
you get what I mean? That's what I saw. Do y'all remember Camel cigarettes?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was one, Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. That's what I actually remember as a child. I knew those little jingles better than I knew some of my math.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 99. But also, when you look into our history in the Americas, and you see things like this, with our Chief Indians, we've actually been doing it for a very long time. I don't know if you see this or not.
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah.
The whole thing called Cigar Chief Indians. And I got a couple of them. But that's always, when it comes to tobacco, it always was a American thing, North and South American thing. And we really imported for the whole world. That's why they have Cigar Chief Indians all in Europe now. So we've always understood the sacred energy. Like the guy that said, tobacco is an entity within itself. There's like obsidian. Obsidian is an entity within itself. And so we already approach it like that because it's a smoke entity. As soon as, you know what I'm saying, you can get rid of a lot of evil spells and evil energies with tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing, thank you, Steve, for bringing up the point. Cigarettes are much different than tobacco. And another comment, Mr. VIP, that difference needs to be clear. And here's a comment. Cigarettes are abuse of tobacco. And I know that there's two types, Nicotiana rustica, which is rich in South America, and Nicotiana tabacum, which means cultivated. But I'm going to ask you, Daniel, whether we're using a chained up plant of tobacco in the form of cigarettes or rabbit tobacco, which is mapacho, wild tobacco, do we need to be courteous to this master plant?
Yeah, like every tradition, like just in Colombia, there are like hundreds of ethnias that they have their own relationship with the land, with the plant that grows in that land. And as I was telling, tobacco is one of the ones that you can find in different parts of the world, like south, north, and have also guided the traditions like from the old times. And so we have also lost it, like in the Sicuani tradition. My teacher used to say that his mother-in-law, she used to plant her own tobacco, try it, fermented and also roll it, and she was making her own tobaccos and smoke it. So, but like it was like it's unfortunately that they lose that seed in my tradition, in my teacher community tradition. But anyway, like in my land, I have some tobacco. But right now, like from the mountains, the more common one is the Virginia tobacco. That is the most common one that we can find around the world. But we have tobacco that we call in Spanish criollo. That means that are from like local or natives one. Like Mapuche is the one that I have heard. That is more from Chile, Ecuador, Peru. But it's criollo. It's like native tobacco. That can be stronger also. And I believe that there are many kinds of native tobaccos in different parts, even in Colombia and the countries around. So, and every tradition, as Giselle was sharing, like the tobaccos that they grow in the Amazonas, also they have their own kind of tobacco, their own kind of preparation. Like could be paste, could be water, could be powder. Yeah. Also medicine, they can just like put some leaves and they can help you with some pains. Yeah. Also beverage, like to purge. Also, it is possible. In that case, it also could be a medicine that different tradition they used to know the way how to use it. So yeah, we have it, and there are differences. But in the way, like cigarettes, yeah, like the one that I gave to you that you show, Hank, that is that box. There are my teacher's favorite ones, and it's a cigarette, like an industrial one, but it has not filter. It has not filter.
Y el
So
roja.
it's the closest to the one that could be more tobacco, just tobacco. So, and he loves that ones. And what he does, every day he takes one of them and he shant the tobacco and then he just pray with the tobacco. But in the point, he's putting the intention, he's putting the chant, the permission, and even if it's come from a box, from a brand, it's still working for him. So it's not about also just to be like, has to be. Yeah, of course, it will be nice that you planted, that you have the chance, that you have the tradition, that you have the knowledge of that. But even if you don't have it, like to start being more conscious about the relationship that you have with the plant, is the beginning, And we started we have to start somewhere to change that relationship. Yeah. So the point more is like, even if you don't have the permission, even if you have not the knowledge, now if you hear to that, there is a plant that has a spirit, and it's people around the world that they know, they have learned, they are awakened, they have awake the memory of that plant, of that spirit, in different languages, in different chants, in different ways. So also what I do when I'm traveling is to share that with the people, so if they feel the call that they really want to learn from it, they are welcome here to meet my teacher, the elder that has keeping that through generations. And also Giselle's teacher that is from old elder and elder traditions, like relation tradition, and he's an elder that has also carried that knowledge through generation, and now he's sharing with people around the world, not just indigenous, because right now somehow also in some communities the indigenous people, they don't want any more this, because they are looking for the shiny things that are bright, and it's okay. Also, it's part of the transition, it's part of the change. But also we have also met this modern world with a really fast rhythm, then we can also get the call to reconnect with our memories through that ancient traditions, and then they are doing it, they are sharing it with heart. So also the invitation that for sure, and like in New York, how many things you can find there. Also you can find people that they have info, like they have knowledge, they know people that can guide, that can help you to understand better and to guide you in the process of connecting in a better way with the plants, with yourself, as Giselle was saying, because also it's about yourself. It's like to relearn how to understand and how to take care of your own heart, your thoughts, yourself, and everyone that is around you, and everything also. Because if we start to change that, then also we start to have a different conscious about our environment,
That's very interesting. You know, Arisha, when I was a kid, I remember when, uh, like my father, he grew up in the country, and my mom's people, they from North Carolina, but they essentially grew up in the city. And I remember when they said you would get stung by a bee or a fire ant, that you would take saliva and mix it into the cigarette. I remember it was Campbell's cigarettes, and make it like a little patch and put it on the skin. You remember that, Arisha?
Wow.
All the grandmas did something with some tobacco.
Yeah, yeah,
And
Yeah.
it works.
yeah. And I want to acknowledge Phil Valentine, who piqued my interest when he spoke about the nicotine patches of pure nicotine being beneficial for those of us who got that, who were forced into that it. So I want to thank you again, Big Brother Phil, for sharing that that insight, because there's a documentary, Giselle, Daniel, Arisha, you as a family, check out this documentary called "You Don't Know Nicotine."
You don't know nicotine. Okay.
Yeah, because in this group tonight, we're all learning from each other.
Uh-huh.
Like, I know you're in Florida, right, Arisha?
Yeah.
I'm over here in Brooklyn. So Daniel's in South America, and Giselle is everywhere. So we got to check notes.
Question. I wanted to ask Brother Daniel, when you say you use it with some of your spirit guides, your ancestors, I wanted to tap into what do you practice? Because I was listening to you, I know they call it different names. Are you familiar with Aksamare?
No.
Okay. And you say you're in Colombia?
In Colombia. I'm in Colombia.
Serpent deities down there.
Say again, please.
What do they call the serpent deities down there?
I sorry, I can't hear you properly.
You mean spirits? What kind of spirits they acknowledge? Is that what you're saying, Arisha?
The serpent deities, the snake deities. What snake
Oh,
deities?
snake.
Snake?
Yeah, the snake deities down there. What snake deities do you have in Colombia?
Like, we have some spirits that are connected to snakes. Like I was telling you in the history of creation, that it was a big snake that was in the sea. For us, like the Tsamanimona, the one that created everything, they took that snake out of the earth because they wanted to have creation, and they converted in what we know as the Milky Way. So it's the snake that is biting its own tail, and for us that is called Kwemeine. We don't call it Milky Way, we call it Kwemeine. That is that spirit. And also we have some guardians from, like the lakes, water, spring water. There is a spirit that lives there, and it's a snake. But there are different kind of ones. That one that I'm going to mention to you, they call that is a snake with a cow head with horns. So sometimes I tell my teacher that it looks like, for me also, like a dragon, But that one is the guardian of the cattle, of the cows. So it's the one that gives lives to the water. So the cattle, the cows, they are around that spirit because it's when they can drink, the nature is alive. But then when it's big companies, like big businesses, that take over the land, and they start to cut the trees, and they start to cut the environment of that spirit, the spirit just go away to other place. And then what happened with the water? The water just disappear. It's dry, because the spirit is the one that gives lives to the water, to the land, to the trees, to the nature. So we have different kind of spirits that we more than work with them. We have a good relation with them. So in that case, we protect also their environment. So there is water, there's life, but directly we don't work with them. We work more with birds, because we work in the daytime with the sky. We are really connected with the sky. So we have also, like in the gathering, Giselle was having like a connection with the birds. She was talking with them, because Yopo really connects a lot with birds, with the spirits from the sky. More like in the celestial realm.
That's amazing. Giselle, please. Yes.
I definitely felt that celestial connection with the birds with Yopo for sure. I wanted to mention too, like more like practical things as far as like how to when you're holding the tobacco, it's good to, as opposed to like with these two fingers going like this,
Ooh.
it's
Uh-oh.
like it's like kind of the movement of going away, you know, and when you hold it like with like this, it's like the movement of coming to.
So using certain fingers.
So holding it like, I don't have a tobacco right here, but so holding the tobacco like this,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to like this.
See, Hollywood had to holding it like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's that Hollywood stuff. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you're bringing that up because you know we messed up. Listen, up here in America, we have reference to cigarettes as John Wayne and Clint Eastwood, and
Marlboro Man.
yeah,
There's a beautiful prayer to clean yourself with tobacco, which you can do like Daniel was saying. Abuelo Clemente, he uses the piel roja, the cigarettes that he gave you. It's the closest thing to pure tobacco. So if you kick off the filter, and you know, even with just like an American Spirit or something, and you're trying to figure something out, there's something really, you know, that you're trying to get to the heart of the matter with, or to find like the essence of what the teaching is, or to find an order in your thinking, for it to be more productive and to kind of get out of the loops, you know, because the energy and the spirit of tobacco again is like the arrow. It's like from point A to point B. So when we sit with the tobacco, with this spirit, it's really the energy of getting to the point, you know. And so if we bring that with our in that intention into that space, and we call in what it is and ask for help from the tobacco to find the heart of the matter, you know, this is what we do, you know. So we're going to hold the tobacco like this, and we're going to light it with the match, you know, and you're going to, might take longer with the match and keep, you know, until it's lit, right? And then you're going to, the 3 times in your hand, you're going to blow 3 times in your hand, and you're going to put it over your head 3 times. Kind of anoint yourself and kind of bring yourself to the, you know, this space, you know, creating a sacred space for yourself and connect with. And then you're going to start with the left always. And you're going to blow the first time when you're going to take in the tobacco. You're going to blow on the left hard the first time. And then hard because it destroys any energy that's keeping you from that truth, from your truth, from your clarity, from your this. You're going to blow hard, right? And then the next 2 blows, if it's something really strong, you could blow hard twice. But so the hard blow is destroyed, destruir, they say. And then the soft blow is construir, is bringing something new, a new foundation, a new connection, a new building. So it's first you blow hard, and then you blow soft 2 times. So it's total 3 times, right? And then you repeat that 3 times. So in total, it's 9 times. And then you do it on the right hand. So you do it hard once, soft twice, and then repeat again and do that 3 times. And then the left leg, and then the right leg. And that's like a full, like limpia, right? And at the very end, you swallow just a little bit, almost as like a kind of closing of that moment. And then you can you can sit the rest of the time and just really kind of connect with what it is that you want to focus on. And so that's just a simple kind of prayer with the tobacco and in a traditional. I talked to my abuelo earlier, and I told him that I was going to be talking with you guys because I normally don't talk very much because I am in the I've been sitting with him for almost 10 years and I'm still in the listening phase. So for me to talk and express is a really beautiful opportunity, and thank you for inviting me to do that. So when I spoke to him, he said this beautiful prayer to send to you guys, and it's very simple, and it's 4 lines, and it's to ask to receive with the right hand, and then to ask for the paz de conciencia, which is the peace within our consciousness. Number 1. Number 2, felicidad de espíritu, alegría de espíritu, joy in our spirit. Number 3, tranquilidad del alma, tranquility in our souls. And number 4, salud de cuerpo, which is health of the physical body. And so that is the prayer.
Thank you. You know, I'm getting Orisha, I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking. This is reminding me, Giselle, Daniel, family, of a genie in a bottle that is so powerful that you got to talk to it correctly after you get it out the bottle. But here we're talking about out of the roll, out of the pack. So I'm getting like it's
Right.
way more powerful. Tobacco, Orisha, this is how I'm being schooled. It's like, look, you got a genie, and if you treat him wrong, you're gonna get jacked up. And being even with you saying, Daniel, that tobacco coming from fish, and Giselle speaking of the feminine energy of tobacco, that's unheard of up here in Newportville, Brooklyn. Could you share with us, how is tobacco that they call some mapacho, how's that feminine?
Well, in the myths, the tobacco plant and the ambil was prepared through the feminine speaking to the masculine through dreams.
Ooh.
So there's like a 15-hour-long myth of how she was giving him directions, because the whole point was you have to clean the space to the masculine in order for me to be able to find my seat, the feminine to find her place, and so there was a lot of directions that were given in the myth to the man through his dreams, and there were a lot of mistakes that are now attributed to certain things very specific in humanity, whether it's impatience, whether it's infidelity, whether it's a sickness, whether it's our memory loss, whether it's, and there was all these points in the story that explain exactly the moment of why that happened. But we're also given the remedies to be able to heal that and gain understanding from that with these medicines. And so the ambil is the aspect of the feminine in the of this master plant, and she represents the heart. But one of the abuelo and I spoke about like the properties of the tobacco. There's 4 properties that I think are so beautiful, and it really helps me in my connection with this medicine and with kind of understanding how it can help me in my life. And so within that myth, this is one of the things these stories explain. And each one of these things has a story, so I'm just kind of distilling it right now. So one of the aspects of the tobacco is the baston, which is the cane, right? So when we feel heavy and we feel like we can't do this on our own, she's the cane. She gives us support. She helps us find our, guides us back to our own strength. That's the grace of these medicines, because a lot of times we're there. We can't hold ourselves up, we don't have strength. And so this is when we have to remember to ask for help, and we're not meant to do it on our own. And that's why, we're blessed with these different tools and medicines and to be able to help us in those moments. So the baston is the cane to help us support ourselves. And then the other one I love is the torch. Another aspect of the tobacco is torch of light, because with the torch, if you are ever in darkness and just complete blackness, right, in our thinking or even in the physical, when you have a torch, all you can see is what's directly in front of you, directly where you are. You can't see way ahead of time. You can't see way behind in the past. So this aspect of tobacco illuminates the present within the darkness. And it also represents finding the light within ourselves, that flame within ourselves. So that's the second aspect of tobacco. The third aspect of tobacco is the broom, cleaning. So when we're sitting praying with the tobacco, it's cleaning our mind of the clutter, of the, how we add so much drama, and we add, layers and layers and from the past and traumas and this and so this helps. The broom is the third aspect. The tobacco helps us clean, so that we have a space where we can be with ourselves in the truth of our hearts. It also and that really attributes to our speaking. So because when we clean, we are in more direct line with how we feel, and that's also the feminine aspect of the tobacco too. She brings sweetness and clarity to our speaking, right? And so the broom is also humility, of just like, okay, this is the mess I made, I'm going to clean it, because what else can we do? What else can we do instead of, sitting there and blaming people and feeling shame and guilt and this? It's like we're all, that's our humanity, and so let's get to the heart of our humanity and just help each other clean. That's the best we can do sometimes. And then the fourth is my favorite, because when we're kind of work through those aspects, the fourth is the entrapa, which is like a mousetrap, right? And that just, boom, you get to the heart of it. Boom, it catches the what you're looking for, the answer, the key. It's more the key, and you recognize it in this prayer. That when you're praying, I find personally that when I'm praying with the Akko, even if it's not in that moment, I'll be walking down the street a week later and it'll hit me like a lightning bolt, and I'll just be like, oh my God, that's it. And it'll take me back to that moment I was praying, and I'll register it as an answer to that prayer. And that's how it also, these medicines, they speak to your heart and your spirit and your soul. So it's different how we register information in our mind with when we register information in our hearts and our souls and align with that, we receive messages in our hearts and in our souls, as opposed to in, And so those are the four things. It's the cane, the torch, the broom, and then the atrapa, the pearl.
Wow. You know what's really funny watching? Okay, Arisha's in Florida, Daniel's in South America, but you brothers were basically lighting up at the same time. And I thought that was deep. You was lighting up, Arisha, and Daniel was lighting up at the same, right around the same time. And I noticed Giselle, Daniel, Arisha, a lot of times when people would take cigarette breaks, they would all be like in like a clique or a clan. You ever notice that, Arisha? They get like a clique or a Daniel, or they get like everybody at the same time. It's like lighting it up, lighting up.
Well, I wanted to thank her for that prayer. We wrote down a couple of rituals that we do down here in the South. One was tobacco mixed with salt and deer's tongue is good for court cases. And
For court cases?
like we do a lot of different things with cases.
Say it again, Arisha.
Oh, tobacco mixed with salt and deer's tongue is good for court cases and having success. Tobacco mixed with Damiana and myrrh aids in bringing back love. Use it in control over situations, which is why it's used in ceremonies. It brings spiritual control to the center. I think you spoke on that already. And how do you calm bees with smoke? The same for spirits. Burn black tobacco with 7-day black candles, and these 7-day black candles here.
Did you say a black tobacco?
Yeah, burn black tobacco with 7-day black candles and burn it upside down, and it'll destroy your enemies and all evil invitations. So, like they say, it's a spiritual tool that you can use a lot of different ways. So yeah, and you know what I'm saying, for the prayers and everything, we gave you something back.
Thank you, Arisha.
Yo, Arisha, that's deep. That is so deep what you just shared, man. I got to share this. Hold on. I want to give, I was inspired, family. Arisha, I don't know if you ever heard this before. Brother Rich actually inspired me to put this together. So I want y'all to hear this song honoring tobacco. Let me see if I can pull it up. And I thank you again, Arisha. You know, you have more influence than a little bit over here in Brooklyn, man. You know, you be doing stuff and it's like right on time. I want to thank again OJ Yemi. And I want to pull this up so we can listen to this song. Hold on one sec.
I said, Ubuntu. I say Ubuntu. Let's go. Master healer throughout time, how we forgotten you sacred life to carry prayers and harmony, spirit above antiquity. Tobacco, cigars and cigarettes, ancient herb we won't forget. Brown and black, just like me, use and abuse carelessly. Carry my present goodwill. Forgive them, I'm learning still. Carry my present goodwill for directions, mountains and sky. Forgive them, I'm learning and still. Lift my heart so I may fly higher than an eagle into the sky. My ancestors I feel calling me, rising like smoke eternally. Eyes in my heart so eternally dark. I see my rise, oh prayer divine. Carried on breath through sacred time. Countless I read with low flame. Echo the heart still call your name. Tobacco, cigars and cigarettes, ancient herb we won't forget. Brown and black, just like me, use and abuse carelessly. Carry my present goodwill. Forgive them, I'm learning still. Lift my heart so I may fly higher than an eagle into the sky. My ancestors I feel calling me, smoke prayers of serenity. Carry my prayers and goodwill for directions, mountains, and sky. Forgive them, I'm learning still. Lift my heart so I may fly. Lift my heart so I may fly. Higher than an eagle into the sky. My ancestors I feel calling me. Rising smoke prayers of serenity. Chant Shasha whisper in the pipe. Cleanse the soul, make spirit right. Kinnick, the forest blend smoke with the trees that never end. Tobacco, cigars, and cigarettes. Ancient herb we won't forget. Brown and black, just like we use and abuse carelessly. Carry my prayers and goodwill. Lift my heart so I may fly. Higher than an eagle into the sky. My ancestors I feel calling me. Rising smoke prayers of serenity. Carry my prayers and the goodwill for directions, mountains, and sky. Forgive them, I'm learning still. Lift my heart so I may fly. Lift my heart so I may fly. Higher than an eagle into the sky. My ancestors I feel calling me. Rising smoke prayers of serenity. Mapacho deep in jungle's breath. Ayahuasca's friend in life and death. Shamans blow your smoke to heal, to seal the dream, to make it real. Tobacco, cigars, and cigarettes. Ancient herb we won't forget. Brown and black, just like we used and abused carelessly. Carry my prayers and goodwill. Forgive them, I'm learning still. Carry my prayers and goodwill for directions, mountains, and sky. Forgive them, I'm learning still. Lift my soul and learning far. Carry my prayers and goodwill for directions, mountains, and sky. Forgive them, I'm learning still. Lift my heart so I may fly. Petun the Guarani prayer, you sweeten the night and clear the air. Tamun of Mapucho strong and wise, calls on ancestors in starry skies. Tobacco, cigars, and cigarettes. Ancient herb we won't forget. Brown and black, just like we use and abuse carelessly. Carry my prayers and goodwill. Forgive them, I'm learning still. Carry my prayers and goodwill for directions, mountains, and sky. Forgive them, I'm learning still. Lift my heart so I may fly. Mana, spirit of water, oh land. You teach the healer steady hand. Picture of love, now a flame. Aztec priest still speak your name. Tobacco, cigars, and cigarettes. Ancient herb we won't forget. Brown and black, just like we use and abuse carelessly. Carry my prayers and goodwill. Forgive them, I'm learning still. Carry my prayers and goodwill for directions, mountains, and sky. Forgive them, I'm learning still. With my heart so I may fly. With my heart so I may fly. Higher than an eagle into the sky. My ancestors I feel calling me. Rising smoke prayers of serenity. Oh, I say Ubuntu. Oh, I say Ubuntu.
Yeah.
Love it.
I say,
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is powerful. You letting the genie out the cigarette bag. This is powerful. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Orisha, you a fire starter, brother. I'm gonna tell you. this is now this genie that we call tobacco. Daniel, I know you got more to share. I know Giselle has more to share. I want to give you a open invitation whenever, Daniel, you want to share a message upcoming, because I want my brother Orisha Stone to experience the Yopo and his family tribe and my family tribe. I would like for y'all to, when the spirit call you, to experience what some call the seeds of the sun, the ancient acacia with mapacho, or with, knick, or with tobacco. Because years ago, before I was introduced by Yanaya and Aliyah into Yahe or ayahuasca, I was guided to Orisha, Daniel, Giselle family to make tobacco tea.
Mm.
And every time I would share, I would like have folks come over, say, let's do some tobacco tea together. And we always felt to, say a prayer over the tobacco tea. And, but when I would drink it, Giselle, Daniel, Orisha, family, I would leave my body when I laid down, and I would feel my spirit going down the hallway, till it happened so often from drinking tobacco tea that I put running lights in my hallway to know that I have left the building. So I really love this conversation we're having as far as how to treat tobacco correctly, because this is something all of us need.
Fantastic. And thank you. It was nice meeting you too, brother Daniel, brother Giselle. And are you a medicine man down there where you're at?
Yeah, I'm a healing. Like, I like to call myself in English healer, but yeah, like.
Yeah, man, we need to link up and pass medicines back and forth.
Yeah.
I got some medicine, man. Remember to do something.
You would like Yopo, Orisha Stone. So if you'd like to share contacts or upcoming things, whatever you want to say, Daniel, Giselle, feel free. You got the mic. And Orisha, you too.
Go ahead, Daniel.
I feel really happy and glad to be here today with you in this moment that we are sharing. Really, like, we have a lot to share also, and to learn from each other. That is the beauty of this. That it's not about just what one person knows. It's like what we can build together also between the knowledge from different parts of the world and different traditions. That the point is to do it in the right way, like with respect. Do it also in one of the teachings that Giselle was sharing about, also with joy, yeah, and with the humility that understand that everything of this is like much bigger than we can even perceive, but we are part of that, and we are part of this. So to grateful for Hank, Orisha, to host us in the show, to Giselle, to share also elder words from tradition like the Witoto and our Isaías that I also have been sharing with them and other communities and tradition around Colombia that are really important words, and also my teacher Clemente Gaitan and also your teachers and your communities, your tribes that has also shared to you, so you can also do that to other ones. So that is what we are doing here together, and that is the point, because all that memories, all the chants, or the prayers, or the names are important right now, because we are in that way of remembering who we are, that we are one heart, one family, and the point is to be able to learn and experience this experience together, so we can grow it and we can help other ones that are looking and their soul are like pushing them to to awake and to remember. So thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. For me, what you were saying about finding, I agree, in finding what connects us as opposed to what separates us right now. To find those connection points is it's like that expression of like thousand ways to God, you know, and all of we're all on our paths, our, you know, a bit sacred paths, individual paths, and it's beautiful to share, and in this feeling of community, and I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And thank you, Stephen, for connecting us all. Thank you, everyone who is here listening. God bless you and your path and your connection to whatever it is that brings you back to your truth, and that you find all the, you know, that all the things come to you on your path that can help you, whatever it is that you connect with. Whether it's tobacco, if you connect with flowers, if you connect with the sun, if you connect with the ocean, it's all that, everything, you know, is there to guide us and to help us. And so, you know, tobacco I love so much that with tobacco, from the very tip of the south to the very, very tip of this north of this entire continent, from the origin of man and time, every culture I have ever heard of between those 2 points honor tobacco. Whether, you know, if you sit with peyote, if you sit with, you know, all the different medicines and tribes, from the south all the way to the north, and then some, you know, and you know, also, you know, I mean, I'm sure on other continents as well, but in the Americas, the tobacco is a very sacred, powerful medicine that connects us all. And so it's the heart of humanity within her seed. And so that's a beautiful, in this time and where we're at with the world right now, it's very symbolic for me, you know, that we are all connected within the same heart, you know, and so God bless everyone on your paths, and that you can find that truth and that love and that peace and whatever it is that comes to meet you on your path.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Real quick, Uncle Hank, before we get out of here, the brother in the comment, he had a great question about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he doesn't use tobacco. He might have mentioned earlier. When you have your altars and you put some water on your altar, cut up the back part of the cigar and light it and put it on your altar. You don't always have to smoke, or you can put on some charcoal. Sometimes I put on the charcoal for a leg bar on Monday. That's his thing. Or go put some cigars on the railroad tracks. Ogun loves the cigars, or Tosi loves cigars. Aksamari loves cigars. Like they say, communication with the spirit guides. So that's how we communicate back and forth with your spirit ancestors, your spirit guides, and your ancestors as well. Also for Daniel, like I say, Daniel and Miss Gazelle, if y'all know any servant priests down there, please introduce me to some servant priests.
Okay.
I'm the path of the python and the path of the serpent. So if y'all know some servant priests, please make connection with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you? That's a good point. Thanks again, Arisha. Do you have? Does the family have any questions? Do you have enough time, Daniel, for questions, Giselle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And thanks for bringing that up, Arisha. Hold on, let me get y'all in here. So, let me scroll through. You got a packed house. Let me see.
Amazing.
You got. I'm just gonna scroll. I want to
I
acknowledge
wanted to say just one more thing.
Sure.
Our relationships with these medicines, you know, even with, you know, the traditions and the teachings and the it's also very personal, you know, your connection to all of the medicine. So my abuelo Isaiah says, si te nace, hágalo. Like if it's born in you to do something or to feel it, do it. You know, like if you want to put the tobacco in front of a photo of your grandmother, or if you want to put the tobacco, you know, at the front of your door for protection, or, you know, so if it's born in you, if you get that feeling, you know, that's also your personal relationship to you know to medicines and the natural the gifts of you know the madre.
Thank you for sharing that. I want to acknowledge also Kafunya for being with us tonight. Beautiful Leo healer. So I'm going to scroll through and just these are the comments coming through. Chief Blackrock, Felicia, Maurice, Miller, Kafunya.
That's all the beautiful people for the tribe.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Beautiful.
And Risha, we gotta do this again, man. For special shows like this.
Hi,
I was
Felicia.
especially with them. They were some amazing guests tonight.
Yes.
Steven.
Steve. I want to acknowledge because all of us make the difference.
Deb. Hi, Deb. Javier.
Oh, I also want to acknowledge Ariel because it was nice riding the Cosmos of the Heart with Ariel. Who else was there? Baba Rolowo, Deborah, and the lady sitting on my right. What was it? Susan? Was her name Susan? Susanna. Yeah, she was glowing. Yo, Daniel, Risha Stone. So listen, I gotta tell y'all, family. I was sitting there on the floor, buzzing on the yopo, and Daniel was doing some kind of Dragon Ball Z stuff to the people one at a time. And when they would come out of the room, everybody was smiling and glowing. And all I saw him doing was like some kind of rattlers. I didn't want to stare too hard because, you know, he was doing his sacred stuff. But every one of them, they looked like lit light bulbs after Daniel finished doing his healing chant dance. So while we going through this, Daniel, what did you do to the people to make them look like light bulbs?
I just helped them to flourish. Hard to flourish there.
What's that, What's that, Arisha?
Just a medicine man. All medicine man.
And yeah, Daniel's whole background is the same color. Yeah, because
open to heart, like helping to open them their hearts, their thoughts, and then they just to awake their own bright, you know. And I remember that you were saying, please, I need my sunglasses.
Yeah, they were so bright. Arisha, I felt like I needed sunglasses. They came out the room smiling, and you know, I think their auras were like supernova, and they were grinning and looked lit for a long time too.
I would love if y'all do different kind of plant medicine. Do y'all ever work with animals like serpents while y'all in your meditation? Like, do y'all do DMT and shrooms down there? Or is there another plant system?
Like, more than that, we connect with, you know, like the chance that we connect with is more like that is what I was doing that moment. I was like cleansing energy, like different kinds of heavy energy that can attach to us. And then I was sweeting, calling just all the sweetness from trees, plants, fruits, honey. And then I was refreshing also the energy with the crystals of water, the crystals of the air, you know, like I was refreshing the energy. And then also like the chance, mainly we connect more with that fresh from the sky, the celestial fresh, you know, like, and that the Jopo helped me to connect with that space where I can bring that refreshing, that fresh, that ice to refresh the inflammation. And the connection is mainly with the sky, the freshing from the sky.
Wow.
I'm telling you, you would love it. If you ever do whatever medication you do to go talk to the ancestors and spirit guides, have you a python or one of your serpents, one of your native serpents in your hand, and just sit there and hold it while you're you know what I'm saying? The serpent is the messenger, and so while you're clearing the space and opening for the direct, the serpent helps with that too to get direct messages. You got to listen. They don't do too much talking, but they talk to you straight through your third eye.
Oh, got it.
Now wait a minute, Arisha. You got a bunch of snakes up in your place, brother? Living snakes?
You know, I love. Oh man, don't make it out now.
Yo, we want to see some of your living snakes, man.
Some of them are dead right now, so don't look at the color they instead. Let me see. Hold on 1 second.
I didn't expect this tonight. Giselle, Daniel, family. This is deep. Steve, he got snake tanks or something. Wow. So I just want to say, like, subscribe, share on the channel. Giselle, Daniel, let's do it again whenever spirit moves you. You're open to share if you want to set aside time, Giselle, Daniel, for messages, whether it's bi-weekly, weekly, seasonal, monthly, because we all have to stay in. I got to make this big screen now. What do you have there, brother?
This is
Beautiful. So beautiful.
it's my baby girl.
No way.
Starting is a entire pinstripe. I got the other ones for you because I don't want them to feel left out. But we got a couple. We're going to go to get a couple more this weekend at the reptile show. But these are royal pythons, and there's codes on them. People don't understand that all those different designs are codes. So you might not until, like she said, you lock it with the key. And when you on your plant medicine, the code makes sense. This is a messenger. It has a message. It talks without words, so it has a message on it. So,
Wow. Wow. So what do you feed your snakes, Orisha? I know it ain't no French fries.
Mice and rats.
Wow. Wow.
Page in that one. Your page in there and Asamari's in the room. You can bring me your page once.
So Orisha, you got some alligators too?
I'm sorry?
You got live alligators too? Because you look like you might have some live alligators, brother.
Sorry, we don't got to keep them. They just in the backyard. So meditate with the serpents, man. Meditate with them. These are amazing. They're beautiful. Divine energy. When somebody like when the goddess was coming out, tapping into your divine feminine and masculine energy, these are like all you probably got your own. If you're in Colombia, I'm not sure all the different kind of pythons and anacondas in Colombia.
Oh yeah, so many snakes.
Yeah, many kinds of.
Introduce me to the serpent priest down there. He's just said right now, so his color's a bit off, but this is Oxamare.
You got another one?
I got the other ones. Some of them ate today, and some of them are in shed right now.
Do you sleep with them all around you?
No, not all of them.
Not all of them. You mean you sleep with some of them in your bed?
I mean, if I fall asleep.
They're so beautiful.
That's incredible. Now wait a second. I gotta ask you, Daniel and Giselle. Y'all be sleeping with snakes and anacondas and cobras and pythons too?
No.
Wow. I sleep with my putty cat. I know my putty. That's all.
I sleep with my kitty too.
Yeah, I got my kitty. He's around here somewhere. He wanted to. A lot of times he wants to be on the show, but I don't know where he's at now.
But
Wow.
Danielle and I were talking. We're hoping that in the near future, or not too far future, that our teachers can meet each other in Colombia and see what happens, and to be able to offer more and keep that bridge, that connection. And to be able to receive people in Colombia.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's awesome.
Yeah,
and also for Daniel to come back, he's coming back. This was his 4th year coming to New York, and so he'll be continuing to come here, and so we can let people know when that's going to happen. And I'll continue to host intimate ceremonies at my house too when Daniel comes. Right, Daniel?
Sure. That to keep growing, keep connecting, and to keep also, as Giselle was saying, being that bridge between the countries like the north, the south, and also if the people want to come to Colombia to meet the teachers, to meet the communities, to dance. We do a traditional dance that Steven was last October there, and I think he wanted also to come this October. 3 days dance with Yopo. We do it 3 times a year: January, Easter, October. Everyone is welcome. Also, the idea is to continue. I am thinking going back to New York in September, October. So we have to talk about it. Also, nice to this time to have the opportunity that Giselle's opened her house in Brooklyn. So now we could also do it in Brooklyn. I was doing it before in upstate New York, but also nice to have the opportunity to do it in the city. So that just keep growing, keep connecting. That is the idea.
I want to thank you again, Giselle, Arisha Stone, family, Daniel. I was in altered states with that Yopo. It knocked me into heart space with beautiful colors. And let me do this real quick. Let me just make sure I do a disclaimer. All right, let me put that up there. The information provided on this channel is for educational, informational purposes only, not intended as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always treat this advice of your physician. Okay. Giselle's place was an incredible temple. She had a temple. It was what was so amazing, Arisha and family, the way she was moving around with this giant white feather, smudging everybody while we was in the zone by Daniel's services. She was moving like this feminine dance. I was telling OJ Yemi about it earlier, but she got a little philosophical before I finished. But I want to thank you for having your space. And what was really wild, Arisha, family, her walls were light blue and the ceiling was white, and the trim around the doorways and entrances was white against the blue. And then she had like tapestries on the wall that had these beautiful blue colors. And then I said, you know about Yemaya? And Giselle said, who's that? I said, it's you, because the way she had the place set up, it was like a Yemaya sanctuary. It was beautiful. And I thank you again, Giselle. That was a beautiful experience. And thank you, Daniel. And y'all were, the two of you and Steve, I want to thank you again. Y'all are a wonderful tag team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so
we
much.
didn't plan anything. It was all very organic, really special.
Arisha, you ever walk in somebody's house and they got the colors of the Orishas and they be like, what you talking about? What's a Orisha? You ever had that, Arisha?
So they call it different things the way they're. That's why I was asking them if we call it different names, but it'd be the same energy. And she's dancing. That's why I said she probably embodying that serpent energy, or somebody else might call it Kundalini energy, or somebody else might call it whatever they want to call it. It's still that primal serpent energy. That's when she starts dancing around, and you know what I'm saying. It's inside of all of us. That serpent is inside of all of us. So.
Oh, she was moving like, I don't know if it was called a serpent or a cat, but she was like just so graceful. She was just lightly. I was sitting up like, and she was like pushing me, lay down. And it was so cool. It was so cool. Thank you again.
Thank you, Hank. It was a beautiful experience. Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah.
Thank you, Arisha.
What is those questions? Did you see any questions, Arisha, that we didn't cover yet? I want to thank all of the comments, everybody who joined us tonight, and I hope you walk away with something that definitely enrich your life. I sure did. I don't know. I might make some more tobacco tea. Again, I want to thank my cousin Baba Wolawo. I want to thank Ifa Kunle. I want to thank you, Arisha Stone. I want to thank OJ Yemi. I want to thank you, Steve. I want to thank you, Daniel. I want to thank you, Giselle. And I want to thank your teachers. tell your teachers I said muchas gracias. Mhm.
Absolutely. I will.
Yes. Good work. Because, you
Let's,
know,
man, let's work together. If we do trade, we help each other out with commerce and everything else. Let's work together.
yes.
I love that.
Yes.
That mutual support.
Yeah. So I'm going to what's your contact information in case do you want to share anything on social media, Giselle or Daniel, or how you want to do it?
Okay, I'm going to write it down in the chat. I will share my Instagram, my webpage. So
Yes. You know, you could put it in the private chat. I'll copy it and post it. So that you got a lot of people that just enjoyed this. You know, they're putting so many comments. You know, people are just loving it. Yeah, so you have so many people saying thank you. You know,
Thank you.
somebody said, what? Giselle Carrera, a doppelganger with that actress, same similar name. What does that mean?
I mean, someone looked just some of her twin. She got a twin that's an actress.
Maybe she is Giselle Guerrera. I wouldn't know. I don't have a TV.
Well, I created a Facebook page so I could be on here today.
Oh, okay. Share with it what it is.
I don't even know what it is.
Oh, okay.
I just created it today so I could be here with you.
Oh, great. So you know what you can do, Giselle, when you get it, I will post it in the show description.
Okay.
So you got our support. You got our full support.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have.
Giselle has a beautiful vintage store in Brooklyn, so it's also a beautiful place.
I have a store in Brooklyn. It's called Rite of Passage, RITE of Passage. And the Instagram is Rite of Passage and at Rite of Passage NYC. And I sell a lot. Every time I come back from Colombia, I bring back a lot of essences of sacred plants and incenses and oils and ointments and soaps and apothecary and a lot of woven, anything that I can bring back from my family and friends, I'll bring. So there's a lot of magical items and brought back and made with much love that we offer at Rite of Passage, as well as vintage clothing and a lot of local artists.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Sure.
And
do consignment?
Arisha, I want you to share your information too,
I
man.
definitely do consignment.
Okay, that's how we're gonna work. You have a lot of stones in Colombia?
What's that?
What kind of gemstones do you have in Colombia?
I
Emerald.
usually bring back pyrite and Lemurian and usually quartz crystals and yeah, there's a lot of like really beautiful chalco pyrite.
You get a lot of emerald?
Emeralds, yes, but I don't really bring back. I bring the those kinds of gems.
Yes, ma'am.
I should though.
We carve, even if it comes to the not high grade emeralds, those even the better. We carve a lot of those. If you want to see, hold on 1 second. This is from Colombia.
I could definitely bring back emeralds.
Wow.
If anyone wants some.
Oh, you know what? What's your store website or location? How you want to share, Giselle?
Well, the Instagram is at Rite of Passage, RITE of Passage NYC.
Rite of Passage. Let me RITE of Passage
NYC. But I decided I'm going to start a new Instagram and I'm going to link it with a new Facebook page that has only to do with the medicine path and in more spiritual connection. I decided today that I'm going to do that.
Okay. Wow. Arisha, I gotta pull that up big screen, man.
Wow.
We can carve them for you. I got emerald snakes in there. Emerald to carve. So even if it don't have to be the high grade stuff, even something like that, we can do some amazing things with. And you know, a healing stone.
Did you carve that?
Yes, man. I got some snakes and stuff, but I know we'll be all night looking at all different stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's beautiful.
I got we working on an emerald python now, and then
Oh, you know what would be great for you? Serpentine.
yeah, I love serpentine too. I got.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have serpentine in Colombia?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Serpentine, that's
There's
like,
beautiful serpentine in Peru as well.
yeah, especially if you get serpentine beads, bring them back.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, that's really medicine. We look at it like stones, but just like you said, the connection with the herbs, the connection with the minerals as well, the connection with all nature and natural things.
Mm.
So
I also realized we didn't talk about rapé, but you know, because our traditions don't really work so much with rapé. But there's a
interesting.
lot of but I think Roman next week I'm sure he will speak a lot about rapé, and he's wonderful, and that's going to be exciting for everyone to tune in to Roman next week. He's a Taino chief and
Oh,
really deeply connected to the medicines and this path and
oh,
just
that would be
wealth
great.
of information. Just OG. He's a total, you know.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that,
He's
Giselle.
an OG.
And if you want to come back with Risha Stone, if you want to come back on with the OG Roman, heavy duty medicine man, we can make it happen, man.
So be honest.
We love Roman.
Yeah. So Roman, if you hear this, we want you on the show so you can share some of what you know for the elevation of everybody, one step at a time.
And
Yeah.
Roman does workshops and
He does workshops too
with tobacco. Yeah.
with tobacco.
Tobacco workshops.
Oh yeah, we gotta get. Oh yeah, this is this. We need this.
We're planting the seeds.
Yeah, yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who else? I thank everybody. I thank taking it from the top. I thank Brother Rich. I thank Phil Valentine. I thank King Simon. I thank Professor Melanie, Spirit Doula. I mean, you know, they might be reaching out to you to be on their platform. Thank you, Arisha Stone. I did thank Phil Valentine, Dr. Love. You ever connect with Dr. Love, Arisha?
No.
Oh man, he'll be doing qigong with your snakes. You know.
Tourmaline?
Ooh.
I got tourmaline in Colombia?
I'm sorry?
You have tourmaline in Colombia?
What is that?
Tourmaline?
Oh, tourmaline?
You have tourmaline in Colombia?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's do some business.
We have tourmaline. And a lot of you know carnelian.
Yeah.
Carnelian is a great was the highest value too for the Kogi, right, Daniel?
Yeah. The Thomas.
Carnelian. They would trade things with carnelian as like currency.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. Thank you so much, Hank. Really appreciate it a lot, all this space, and also from the beginning, all the support and all the joy that you bring to us in this awakening together. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. So we're gonna close out with a song because I think we should do Risha, you know, we should always mix music with our presentations. I like the way yours open up. I always like, you know, peeking and listening. I like the whoever you're doing your graphics, they're doing a wonderful job, brother.
Chief Blackrock, man. Shout out Chief Blackrock.
Chief Blackrock, thank you for your graphics because we got to use this technology, and I want to leave this message in music before we close out. So you know what? Before I do the music, do you want to share a prayer, Giselle and Daniel, to the world?
Daniel, do you want to go?
I pray in these times. Like being grateful with everyone, with we call it Matakabi Monae. Matakabi means light, Monae means family or group. So all the light groups, all the light beings that are the one that give us the energy and that give us this opportunity to be here in this in this density, learning together, being grateful with them, with the earth, with the water, with the wind, with the energy that give us life, with all of you and your lineages, our teachers, your lineages, how many bleeds, how many laughs, how many love, how many tears has to happen to be ourselves in this moment together. So if we think more about that, we will complain less. So after all the thankful for that, or the grateful for that, to ask for protection, to any energy of envy, of catastrophe, of illnesses, of lies. So in that way, we can keep shining in light, in love, in joy, in abundance with ourselves and with our loved ones. One heart, one humanity.
Gracias.
Uncle Hank, I'm glad you brought that up too before we get out of here, man, about that whole AI thing. The brother just said we need to be more, you know what I'm saying, intentional with the water. And we know that the AI, a lot of people be loosely using AI for just ignorance and everything else. If we're not pushing it to uplift our people, we need to leave the AI thing alone because it's destroying the water. But with that being said, also tapping the sun gate. Water is about to become the new currency or the new gold, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? So tapping the sun gate and things that purify the water. And that's it.
Thank you for sharing that.
Mhm.
Giselle, any last blessings you want to share?
Yes, I just want to thank you, Hank. You're such a beautiful soul and just so lovely to be around and just attract and give such good energy. So I just want to say thank you for having us here. For everyone listening at home, and for all of us here, I just wish you just infinite illumination from the deepest, truest place in your heart and soul, that it lights up your path and protects you and guides you and teaches you and comforts you when you most need it. That you continue to walk gently with a strong heart, with a clear mind, to connect with all of the things that bring you joy and peace and tranquility and love and clarity and truth, that we can be in our integrity and learn to speak through that integrity, to align with our truth, our highest hearts, who we were born to be, for ourselves, for each other, for our families, for the earth. It's very powerful, this love. In the most simple gestures and moments really will resonate so strong right now, where we're at. So I just pray that we can all recognize those moments as opportunities to connect in that way with ourselves, with God, with each other, and with the planet.
Give thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Brother Risha Stone, talk to us, brother. What's your last words, my man?
That was it, man. Invest in some sun gate, invest in silver right now. Invest in anything that's going to purify the water. The more silver we got, the more we slow down the AI centers and things of that nature. And just like I said, get in tune with nature. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to close out with this song that I hope everyone finds inspirational. Again, like and subscribe to Orisha Stone. If the audience here hasn't tapped into Brother Orisha, he's amazing. You know, I didn't know he had all them snakes and alligators and crocodiles down there in Florida. So, you know, we much respect, and tell all your pets I said ashe, aho. And with that being said, enjoy the healing tones.
Mother Earth needs our hearts and hands. running weary, smoke up in the sky.
Forests need our loving, oceans need our hands, healing every heartbeat across the sacred lands.
Mother Earth needs our hearts and hands. Care for the water, let the clean waves flow.
Care for the blue sky where the wild winds blow.
Care for the soil,
Where the green life starts.
care for all creation.
With awakened hearts.
Mother Earth needs our hearts and hands.
Birds sing softly, please protect our trees.
Whales hum deep songs
Through the ancient seas,
bees keep dancing.
so the flowers can grow.
Every living creature
Has a light to show.
Mother Earth needs our hearts and hands. Mother Earth whispering
Balance must return.
from the fires of wisdom.
Let compassion burn.
Plant a seed of kindness.
Let the healing start.
Peace for every nation.
Love in every heart.
Mother Earth needs our hearts and hands. Heal the rivers wide,
Let the forest thrive.
sky and earth align.
All creation shining in the light divine. Mother needs our hearts and hands.
Raise your hands gently to the moon above.
Feed the world, healing with respect and love.
Water, sky, earth.
Animals, trees.
Mother Earth blooms when we live in harmony. Mother Earth needs our hearts and hands.
Mother Earth needs our hearts and hands.
Mother Earth needs our hearts and hands.
Thank you, Giselle, again. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everyone. Night, night.
Night.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.